There we go. Check, check, check.
Comms check. Yeah. Oh, there we go. That's a bit better.
Good.
NR switch to backup.
So here's our NR switch. We'll let this boot up, and then we'll see what that does. One moment. Make sure your headset has noise cancelling on, which it does. Good.
Yeah, they are quite good actually.
All right, let's hit continue there. We had a CO light come on during the last flight. So at some point, must have been hovering downwind for a while and got some carbon monoxide in the aircraft.
Oh, roger.
Good, so NR to back up, go up on there. And so that's going to turn on our green light here. So this is designed as a backup system in case the EPM failed. We'd have a rotor RPM indication on here. The green means we're in the green arc.
Yeah.
If we had a red light or an orange light here on, it would be in this yellow arc here. And if the low RPM one would obviously be the low RPM there. So just a backup in case our screen dies, we can flip that to backup. And we'll test those lights on startup.
Checking our lights. Green. Check lights and automatic horn all on.
So we missed that on the startup, but when we first turned the power on, all the lights except for the starter would come on.
Right.
Except for the fuel light will take about 3 seconds for the delay, so the first sloshing. So initially, this one, the governor, brake, oil pressure, main gearbox temperature, and alternator light will all come on. A few seconds later, 3 seconds later, the low fuel light will come on as well. And that's when you'll hear the beep that we heard on startup.
That loud, yeah.
That's
terrifying sound.
That doubles as our low rotor warning horn as well.
Roger. So point for the future, as soon as that goes on, eyes up there just to make
watch
sure.
for that, list for that, yeah.
EPM flight screen.
We're talking about this screen in general, yes?
No alarm except oil P, fuel P, oil T.
So oil pressure, obviously the engine is not running, so we'll have a low oil pressure there. Oil temperature will be low because the engine's not running. And fuel pressure will be low as well. It's not so low that the box is there. But when we engage the pump, you'll see the pressure will go up to about 0.3.
And carb temperature, but that's green because obviously it's been running all day, so no issues there. Engine's not cold, based on that. It's only just landed. Fuel quantity check, so I'll put in 70 litres, not kilos. That'll be a big one. Governor off.
So our governor switch is right here.
I thought it was.
Yep, in the front. So to the left is off, to the right is on.
Roger.
So we want the light to be on.
So governor. Right is off, did you say?
Turning it, or switching to the right turns it on.
Same, yeah.
The left turns
governor off light, of course. So governor's off and lights on. Check governor light. Mixture, forward, full rich. That's all there.
Good.
Rotor brake, apply, check light on, and then lock forward.
So there's a little lock tab here. So use your thumb to push it my way, then unlock it. There you go.
Roger.
Check the lights on.
Yep.
Forward, light to go out.
Sound.
Good.
Engine start, headset radio is on. I'm both communicating quite nicely. Strobe on. Fuel pump on. And check the increase.
Perfect.
Nice. Manual fuel injection as needed.
So this is talking about if the aircraft is first time starting the day, or if it's been sitting for a long time, and we need to prime the engine.
Yep.
What we would do is we would release the collective friction.
This is lifted up.
That's right.
A couple of seconds and then back down.
We grab it by the throttle, we lift and roll on.
Yep.
Get to 100%, lower and roll off, and we do that 3-4 times.
Yep.
And just accelerator pump shoots a little bit of fuel into the engine, and use that for starting it.
Sound.
But if it's run recently like this one, that's not necessary.
Collective down and friction is on. I'll wind it on a bit more.
Yep.
Throttle MLI start at 0 to 3%.
We just want to get it set to about 3% there. Not with collective, but with throttle.
Oh, of course, sorry. Not on there. That's sensitive. Oh, there. Perfect. Plasma and magneto on. Check.
So we've got magneto is on the left, plasma is on the right. We can turn both of those on. Hear the beeper for the plasma.
Yep. does that go off at all?
Nope, it'll stay until we start the engine.
Check area is clear. All clear my side and behind.
Yep, clear on my side.
Starter, gauge until engine fires. That's the one on the left.
That is correct.
That's
Yep.
a button. Do we need air traffic clearance or anything for starting aircraft?
No, we're not at the airport, so we will get clearance before we lift. But
Roger.
not right now.
Is there any other procedure than that? Just press the button or?
We'll press it until it fires, release it. But then the flow after that is going to be, read through that before we press it.
Engine RPM 1000 RPM, starter light should go off. If it stays on, mixture off and master off. Oil pressure light should go off within 30 seconds. If not, or if the oil pressure is not rising, mixture off. And then alternator on, check the light. Clutch light on, navigation landing light on, throttle adjust to 1000 RPM to avoid engine stall. Engine rotor indicator synchronized, clutch light wait for off.
Okay, so essentially what's going to happen is we'll start push the starter button, light will come on, we'll release it as soon as it fires. At that point we're going to have to bring the idle down a little bit because we've got it set for 3%. Yep. It's going to roll up to about 1600 RPM, 1700 RPM, and we want it down closer to 1000. So it'll start, we roll back down, and then right away it's going to be alternator, clutch, nav lights, landing lights on, clutch guard closed, and then we're going to be seeing the clutch light engaged as it starts to rotate the blades, and the oil pressure light should go out right away.
Roger.
Okay.
Give it a go.
Go.
Clear prop.
Go. And roll down now. Idle. Good. And then all 4 switches can go on. Clutch guard closed. Oil pressure light is out. And we have oil pressure.
Down. Clutch is
the light is it flickers as it slowly engages the belts.
Yep.
And we just basically watch our rotor RPM starting to move now.
And those should match up. I'll synchronize those.
They will synchronize here shortly, yep.
Love that sound. Every car in England sounds like that.
Oh, with the alternator belt?
Yeah.
So hold on to your cyclic while it's starting.
Clutch light, wait to go off. So, there we go.
There it is,
nice. Ignition test. Set engine RPM to 2000 RPM. To where I get advanced and shove that in there.
Oh, would you look at that?
Look at that. And it wobbles itself out, you watch. Where did I get to?
Bring our RPM to 2000.
Just on the throttle, not obvious.
That's right.
Thank you. There we are. Plasma switch off for 5 seconds, max 300 RPM drop. So that's on the left, so 300 RPM drop.
Plasma's on the right.
Oh, sorry. Jesus, look at the P. So 300 RPM drop max.
Ground, this is Cessna 172 Golf
looks
India,
about
Delta. With information,
Go back
about
on.
300.
No, because it started at about 1950 is when you turn it off.
Run up,
and so we can go down all the way to 1650.
Roger.
India,
Seen. And then the magneto switch.
altimeter 29090, taxi via Alpha
Off.
Charlie, you'll have
It's a
4,200
maximum
feet of
of
runway remaining.
100.
Squawk 2443, contact tower 1194, holding short.
Again, about good there.
443 Alpha by
So only 5 seconds, we don't want more than that. Otherwise it
Delta.
fouls the plugs.
Roger. Set rotor RPM 400 to 430. Which we're at.
Just a titch higher there. Go. Now you can hold it again.
Bloody hell. Check magnetic compass heading. Correlates with digital gyro.
Just hold it.
Yeah.
So we're looking
Bloody
at
trying to be clever.
looking at the compass, which is a little bit hidden there, but it's 345 up there, and it's within
pretty small.
10 degrees down.
Listen to ATIS What we got?
So ATIS is on 119.8. So that's what we have in the backup right now.
Yep.
Are you familiar with this style of?
Just about. I mean,
touch
by all
screen?
means, give me a quick refresher.
So if
I do
you
recognise it.
touch the
Touch
top
screen,
one,
yeah.
flips it over, and then to change this one, you can either use the dial, or you can select it and punch it in.
Punch it in, sound.
100% wet. Runway 01 departure from Charlie intersection, runway length remaining 4,200 feet. Arriving and transiting aircraft contact tower on 121.0. Inform ATC that you have information November.
Information November.
Abbotsford information November. Weather at 2300 Zulu. Wind 360. At 6. Visibility 15
From over
miles.
there at 6.
600 few. 3,400 scattered. Ceiling 4,000 broken. 4,600 overcast. Temperature 7. Dew point 5. Altimeter 2990. Approach ILS or visual runway 07. Landing runway 07 and runway 01. Departing runway 01 and runway 07. Runway surface condition. Runway 07 and 01. 555. 100% wet. Runway 01 departure from Charlie intersection, runway length remaining 4,200 feet. Arriving and transiting aircraft contact tower on 121.0. Inform ATC that you have information November.
November. All right.
Abbotsford
And then
information
we're going to want to
November.
switch
Weather
to
at
ground, which is
2300
121.8.
Wind 360. At 6. Visibility 15 miles. 600 few. 3,400 scattered. Ceiling 4,000 broken.
Bam.
Good. And we'll get 119.4 on the backup for a tower. Good. Information November. All right. I'll do the first calls here.
Abbotsford ground, good day. Helicopter Cavalry G2, Golf Echo Tango India with information November.
Golf Echo Tango on the Abbotsford ground.
Good day, Golf Echo Tango India on the ground at BC Helicopters. Going to request the McCallum route today.
Echo Tango India, altimeter 2990, squawk 2445, contact tower 1194 when ready.
Squawk 2445 for Echo Tango India.
Right, so that's our ground call out of the way. Then we'll get it switched to tower. So now we're ready for the tower call.
Echo Foxtrot,
And then they said outer tower is active, so we'll have 21 ready to go.
Engine oil temperature at least 30 degrees.
Keep it along the
Dave,
border for the
of
close
30.
Rotor RPM 530 RPM.
We want to bring it up to the middle of the green.
Effectively setting takeoff power, I suppose.
Take up RPM, yes. Now we're going to test our carb heat
India Mike Delta, Australia, line up
system.
runway 01.
Line up the runway
check.
01, India Mike
Back up, green light on. Nah.
Good.
Set carb heat switch to hot.
There's our carb heat switch. We'll go to hot, and we're going to see 4 things happen. Go ahead.
So
We'll
manual
see
carb heat indicated, RPM increase.
Decrease.
Ooh,
India Mike Delta, VSF now.
So if we go hot, no, if we go hot.
oh, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. Dear me, my bad.
Takeoff runway
RPM decrease, carb temperature increased,
There you go. And a yellow brick should
and
show
yellow
up,
brick appears, yep.
which it is. So we can go to auto,
So we'll say
and then you go to cold,
carb heat cold,
Line up runway 01.
and now the opposite should happen.
carb heat manual, RPM increase, carb temperature decrease, on its way down, and the yellow brick should disappear.
Yep.
I saw it decrease a minute ago. Will that completely go?
It will, yeah.
Should do,
It
yeah.
had 2 bricks,
Yeah,
down to 1
it'll
brick.
take a while for that to go, I think. Set. Does that need to go completely?
Yeah, we'll wait till it disappears.
Yeah, sound.
There you go.
Cool. Carb heat. Auto. Manual carb heat indication off on EPM. Roll throttle to idle.
We're going to desynchronize the needles here.
Echo Tango Romeo requesting
Light should blink.
fuel circuit.
A little bit faster
Echo
roller.
Tango Romeo, the right-handed
The
fuel
horn,
circuit
we
approved.
mute the
Takeoff
horn.
at your discretion.
And by doing that, we go back to the main
Yep.
spark system.
Tower Kilo Golf Uniform with you.
So
approach
needles desynchronize.
Philadelphia
Yellow
Uniform,
back
stay
light
west of runway
came on.
01 at all times.
Low
Ground
RPM
power
light
is
came
approved.
on.
Land power
Mute
for your
on
discretion.
by going back
West
to
of
main.
01, Kilo Golf
And
Uniform.
engine RPM should be stable at idle.
Yep.
At 235. Set engine RPM at 1900.
Papa Bravo Charlie, cleared to land runway 01.
Papa Bravo Charlie, thank you.
Getting a bit excited now.
There we go.
Close enough for government work, I suppose. Give it a little twist more.
Yep.
Check oil temperature, minimum 50 degrees for takeoff. Or
Echo Charlie,
60
November,
degrees
the
for 100
head is remaining in the
MLI.
circuit.
So we're good there.
Perfect. Doors. Check closed, mine is closed.
Mine's latch as well.
121.0.
Checklist complete and stow. And then friction off, governor on. Roll throttle on to 400 RPM. One is the lights off and engine temperature in the crane. So stow it. Collective off, or friction off and governor on. Basically.
You bet.
You have control.
I'll put this away for you.
Thank you very much. I have control.
Number 1, Michael Foxtrot.
Good, so we can take our friction off now. Good. Governor can go on.
Governor on, and that's towards
you.
me.
And then as you roll it up to 400, it'll grab and roll up for you.
So am I pulling the collective up now, or the throttle? Oh, there we go.
There it goes.
That was interesting.
The governor should take over now and modulate it at 530. Yep. Very nice.
Temperatures are all in the green. Warning lights all extinguished.
Yeah, so I always start at the top and work down. So I go, lights are all out. Yep. Rotor's in the green. Fuel sufficient.
Yep.
Temperatures and pressures all in the green. Yep. Down. Switches are all on. Car repeat is on auto. I have my radio set. I'm going to go ahead and go continue. Go to the map, just so we have the GPS available if we need it. Yep. Transponder is set. We have our frictions are off. And we're ready to go.
Roger.
So we'll call tower for clearance, and then we're ready to actually depart. Okay.
Foxtrot, clue touching 101.
Michael Foxtrot. Observe Tower, Golf Echo Tango India, ready for departure.
Golf Echo Tango India, take off BC helicopter to your discretion, clear out to McCallum, right?
Echo Tango India.
All right, it's clear to my left. There is some trucks behind us, but they're on the other side of the berm.
All clear right.
They're on the right, okay. So we'll come up together here. We're going to lead with some right pedal. So that's going to be adding some power. And as we raise collective, we're going to use a little bit of a right aft pinch on the cyclic, just to get us up level. And then it should be eyes out front. Tails all clear left. That truck over there still. Yep. So we're going to depart to the north because that's where the wind's coming from. So we'll work our way around behind this 44.
It's got one truck coming down the road to the right.
Yep.
Oh, I've missed this. I've missed this.
So, I've been waiting to say this. So I'm flying today with Harry Power.
Yep.
From where? Where are you from, Perry?
So I'm from Leeds in England, UK.
Leeds. Is that the best part of the UK, or is that?
I mean, it's not a bad part. It's got its bad areas, but the people are lovely, I must say. It's quite a nice part of the world, being in Yorkshire.
So would that be better than from where Susie's from, or is that the same area?
I would argue so. We pay proper UK taxes and whatnot, so we follow the rules.
All right, enough of that about that. So we'll try and stay around 1,000 feet here.
Roger.
So we're going to do something interesting here. I've talked to Harry, and we've agreed that over the next 4 months and the next 100 hours, I'm going to bring you guys along, and we're going to follow Harry's story, coming over from the UK and deciding to fly here in Canada. Now, we got to be honest. We got to, let people know that this is not your first flight in a helicopter.
No.
I'd like to tell people that and make them believe that I could be hands off and you could be totally flying without my help here. But the truth is, he's got a few hours under his belt, and we'll let that cat out of the bag a little bit later. We'll tell you some of that story. Needless to say, he's got a few hours under his belt so far, and we're going to be picking up his training as if, from Canada's sake here at least, as if he had 0 hours. We're going to treat it as a 0 to 100 commercial license, and at the end of the day, he will leave with a commercial license. As we fly, as we get to know each other and get to fly together, we'll share some of his story, some of where he came from, what brought him to where he is today. I've already heard little tidbits of it, and it sounds like it's going to be quite an interesting story. Interesting background, and so we'll bring you along on that journey. We're going to go today is our first flight. We're flying an introductory flight. We're just going to go out and just see what this aircraft feels like compared to what you may have flown in the past. And at the end of the day, we're going to just do some basic maneuvers, and then we'll call it for today. Then we'll go tomorrow into...
Terminator, change to ordered frequencies.
Echo Tango India.
Tomorrow we'll start kind of exercises one after another throughout the rest of the course. So come along. It's going to be an exciting journey. It's going to be fun to see what happens, what we learn. And so for now, we're just clearing the atmosphere control zone. They've cleared us en route. And so we're going to switch to 122.77. Which is a practice area frequency that we use anytime we're out of the zone in this direction. Anything basically, if you see the Mission Bridge over there?
Yep.
Anything to the east of the Mission Bridge in the practice area along the Fraser is going to be on 122.77.
22.77.
Everything west of the Mission Bridge, if we fly out that way, is going to be on 122.72.
Roger.
Okay. So it covers quite a bit of area, lots of traffic in this frequency. And so we just talk air to air to let traffic know where we are. So I'll give a positional call here so you get a bit of a sense on how the air to air traffic happens here. So this is the Fraser River. It goes all the way from way up north all the way to Vancouver. And it's a pretty good landmark all the way through here that we fly.
Fraser River traffic, helicopter Cavalry G2, Golf Echo Tango India, just south of the Fraser River and just north of Claiborne Towers. We are northbound towards Hatsik Lake at 1,000 feet.
So we always like to say, ideally, where we are positionally above the ground.
Yeah.
Give some landmarks, also what height we are, and which way we're going. And that way, traffic knows exactly three-dimensionally where we are, where our trajectory is, so that if they're anywhere in that area, they're going to be aware of that.
So I didn't see it until very late. I don't know if you saw it, the fixed wing just above it.
Yeah. No. He was already on Abbotsford's frequency going into the zone. So we'll turn and head up this way here.
Yeah, of course.
This is Hatsik Lake. All clear left. It was a very weird flying at first.
Traffic, Cavalry G2, Uniform Echo Tango, departing a confined area at the southeast arm of Dave Lake, just north of the power line.
Well, you can check Echo Tango India. It's just over Hattick now, heading your way up to the north, 1,000 feet.
Alright, we'll be heading southbound. We'll stick to the west side of the valley.
Check that, we'll be on the east side.
Alright, so we got the other cavalry's heading down towards us from up there. They're going to follow that side of the valley. We'll stay on the right side of the valley here.
Cool.
And we'll pass each other. Getting that trim figured out?
Yeah, it seems to do quite a lot with not very much input. Either that or I'm just being a bit ambitious.
Little blips.
Traffic, Cessna 170 Oscar Sierra, Quebec, between...
There's something to be aware of. This is a corridor where a lot of Cessnas come through.
Right.
They go from Pit Meadows over there out to Chilliwack to go flying. So anytime we come north of the river through here, we always look both ways and really aware of Cessnas because sometimes they're on frequency, sometimes they're talking, sometimes they're not. So we always assume that they're not going to be on frequency and we look for them.
Yeah, I asked Harry Lewis how this compared to a 135, and his response was that I asked him if it was, all fingertips or if he had his hand on the cyclic.
Yeah.
And he said it was all grabbing hold of it dead tight and whatnot, but
so far you're
I seem to be doing okay,
yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's one big thing that having some experience in the past, you recognize how quickly you can be tense and how that is not a good thing.
Keeping your forearm rested on your thigh is
huge.
Absolutely key, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Minimises the movement.
Yes, that too. Especially, some more birds up there. Especially flying in turbulence, it becomes really vital that you find some kind of an anchor point and you anchor off that. This one, conventional cycling is not as critical, but I find flying anything Robinson, 44 or 66, with that T-bar, if you're not anchored, if you're just floating, very easy to get turbulence knocking your hand around, right? So to get that triangulation, get that hand locked in there, and slowing down a bit is really important. So we'll take it up over this hill here. We'll stay to the right of the clouds. We can climb up a little bit higher, maybe 1,400 feet. Yep. You let the cat out of the bag a little bit there already. You mentioned EC-135.
Just a little teaser.
A little toy helicopter.
There's like a migration of seagulls. Have you noticed?
It's insane how many birds there are tonight.
I don't think I've ever seen this many, and they're so spread out. They're not in little groups.
Yeah, you just constantly flying by the groups of them. We had two, not near misses, but pretty close encounters on the way out of the zone already.
With birds?
Yeah, you bet.
Very mystic and calm weather today.
Yeah. It was forecast rain all week.
I know.
Yeah.
Where is that?
I think only a couple of drops on certain aircraft.
Pretty much, yeah.
Coming around to the left. I mean, this scenery is pretty spectacular, I must say.
Not the worst, is it? Somebody come out controls here with you. I'm going to show you a confined area landing up here.
Roger.
Go in there together and...
Okay, you have control.
Yeah, you just fly with me. This cut block off to our right here. Up in the trees. Where they've logged it.
Oh, roger.
We'll do one flyover, we'll do a power check. We're going to slow it down.
Hatchet Lake traffic, Cabra G2 uniform, Echo Tango, 1,300 feet just north of Hatchet Lake. Currently southbound, we'll be turning eastbound over duty towards the sandbars.
I'm going to do an outer ground effect hover check here. Power, you can see the helipad down below there.
Oh wow, there it is.
It always it never sticks out till the end.
No. Yeah.
Alright, so we're going to come right into a hover here, above treetop height. There it is. And we're hovering with 86% power, giving us lots to vertical if we need to. We can add a little bit more. Sure, we can vertical. No problem at all. And we'll back that power off and we'll go around. This is BC flying for you.
This is brilliant.
This will be what we'll come do down the road. We've done a few confined areas.
Yeah, I was looking for a huge patch of trees and you know, just been logged, but this is a confined area.
Yeah, this actually needs a bit of cleanup. Someone to come in here and take out some of the little trees around it. Starting to get a bit grown over.
By the looks of it, it's a manoeuvre into the area and then line yourself up to land across the beams
right,
there.
Exactly. We couldn't land the other way because it would be
Yeah.
going between them.
Yeah, that would not be fun.
Nice and solid. Good. That's a confined area.
Nice. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we'll do lots and lots of confined out areas throughout the course. That's a big focus on flying in this area.
Yeah, good.
All right, lights are all out. Rotor's in the green, fuel sufficient, DC's in the green. Switch is all up, carb heat is auto, friction is released. We just landed with that, so we know that. Area is clear to the left, clear to the right. Clearish. Skids are clear, center of gravity feels good. Climbing with 90% power. Clear of all obstacles.
And we're away.
There we are. Alright, I'll give you controls again here.
I have control.
I changed your trim on you, so unfortunately you gotta trim it out again. I trimmed it for the hover. Unfortunately, hover trim is not the same as in-flight trim.
No.
So let's come around these clouds here and we'll go up the valley a bit further. Alright, we can start a descent. We're going to come around these clouds and we're going to shoot an approach into a spot down here.
Roger. Clear below and ahead.
Yep.
We're aiming for this sort of orangey sand in the middle of the lake.
Yeah, we'll go just around this island of
Yep.
long row of trees. So as you lower that power, always remember a little bit of left pedal, get us some trim.
So there is a ball.
There's a ball. We can come around now. Got the water level really high right now in the lake. It's a dammed lake. There's 2 powerhouses, or 2 dams.
Yeah.
So they control the level of the lake.
So much traffic, Michael Figure is over greenhouse at 3,200 altitude. Practicing
Low clouds. About 500 foot, all birds there.
More birds there.
Further above.
Yeah, keep coming around to see where that water creek goes in there. We'll start slowing it down a bit as well here.
Left turn success, Tango Charlie, November 3,500 feet over 0, doing a small at the airlock.
Alright, your controls. So just keep flying along this river here.
Yeah.
Slowing it down as we go in. A couple spots along there that we can do landings at. Amazing how low this cloud comes over here to the left, right into the trees. Along the creek here, around the corner, the sandbar there.
Oh, visual.
Let's just for fun, see how you shoot and approach there. Start loading that disc early with right pedal.
There we go.
There we go.
That's a lot of right pedal.
It is a lot of right pedal, yeah.
Very sensitive as well.
But then from there, you really won't use any more. It's pretty much used what you need. Like tiny, tiny changes, that's about it.
Cool. There it is. Woo.
Feeding that right pedal, loading that disc.
Coming off it too much.
I mean,
Oh, there we go.
to be fair, I've never let somebody shoot an approach on a introductory flight before. Alright, let's do a right pedal turn, 180.
Okay, settle first, so in tail clear left.
Clear left over
Nothing
the water.
on the lake. Stop it going forwards.
Good. Then let's just move it forward and down. We'll see if we can put it down over there somewhere.
Straight down.
A little bit further over there, so it's not on the slope here.
Ooh. Down.
A little more to the right. There it is.
I'm taking that. That was a bit sketchy, but the end was alright. Thank you very much.
That was pretty impressive.
Oh, I'm sweating.
Open your door for a second.
Oh,
Wow, that was really good. I mean, I just thought I'd let you see how much you could handle, and you handled it right to the ground. So that was amazing.
wow. Yeah, that's hard work.
That's hard work.
I was grabbing quite hard then, I must say.
I wasn't going to say anything, but I could see your hand just doing this.
Oh, grip's dead.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
So part of that is that obviously in the hover we need to trim it out a bit.
Yeah.
You're fighting yourself.
Like you say, a different trim setting.
Yeah. So you're fighting yourself, and that makes you tense up more.
Yeah.
And then, of course, first time flying the aircraft.
Yeah.
Couldn't expect much more from you.
It should get better, I'm sure.
It should get a little better, yeah. That was awesome.
Oh, brilliant.
So this is South Stave. Stave Lake is up there, the one we flew over top. So this is a spot we like to come into, do confined area practice and stuff.
Rotor.
So yeah, Nice first landing there. So.
Once I picked a spot.
All right, so lights are all out. Rotor's in the green. Fuel's sufficient. T's and P's are in the green. Switches are all up. Carb heat is in auto. Check that the friction is off, and then you can go ahead and pick yourself up.
Roger. So it was preload with right pedal.
That's correct.
And then the stick or the cycler comes back and right, is that correct?
That is correct,
roughly.
yeah.
Once we've got some power in
Just
it.
a pinch there, yeah.
So power coming in.
Then eyes out front. And just small corrections before we leave the ground. So there you go. So if you feel it tipping like that, make that correction early and then continue to take off. There we go. Pause here in the hover. And we're going to depart that way. So what I want to do is I want to do a left pedal turn 90 degrees.
Yep.
Tail's clear to the right.
Tail clear right.
We just want to do a scan to make sure nobody's coming in behind us here. Which looks all clear. We can come back to the right again.
Tail clear left.
Yep. A bit further out over the sand there. Good. Then we can, because we're going over water, we'll add a little bit more power to start a bit of a vertical. We'll do this together here, a little bit more power. And as we start to come up and clear of the obstacles, we can gently start flying away. Then we'll just keep that nose down to build speed. Go, and neutralizing pedals, good. Then we'll just fly out the reverse. We'll fly around that island and turn back to the south.
Roger.
Very nice. Gets the old Tigger going.
It really does. Yeah, there's obviously no AP, and so our autopilot, and therefore
It's all you.
yeah.